Avast, mateys, and welcome back to Skies of Arcadia. Before us lies the treacherous skies of South Ocean, and we're gonna sail straight through them. Listen up, boy. This area is known as South Ocean. It's considered to be one of the most difficult places to sail through. There's a strong crosswind that blows from the west. Nobody has ever successfully sailed through it. But the lands of the Green Moon are through here, right? And besides, we have Belez's engine now. It's not like we don't have a chance of making it through. Perhaps, but my knowledge of this place is limited. You're on your own now, boy. This isn't going to be an easy journey. Prepare yourself for the worst, kids. So, Drac was not kidding about that. The main problem in this area is that there's a permanent wind blowing against us. So if we ever stop moving forwards, then we'll get slowly pushed back and lose progress. So we need to move forwards at all times, unless of course we see a discovery. We're allowed to take a diversion for a discovery. So there's 3 discoveries in South Ocean, and we're going to look for all 3 of them. There's also a lot of battles in here. And for the most part for these battles, we're just going to spam these Pyre boxes we got from the Temple of Pyron. We may as well use them. And this is the best opportunity.
Let's try this!
Now, it's annoying that 2 of them dodged it.
Here goes!
Or defended, rather. So as long as if they don't defend, we only need 2 Pyre boxes to kill all of these. So all of these box items have random charges, but they're supposed to have close to the number that it tells you. In the case of a Pyre box, it's got 7 to 8 times until it gets destroyed.
That was easy.
But as we've noticed with the Crystallized box earlier, sometimes it just decides to destroy itself on the very first turn regardless. And we get Noxus and Attorney, and a Moonberry. Excellent. That's actually very good timing to get a Moonberry because we need one right now. So we can now learn Vise's next move. Vise summons the power of lightning to rain down upon all the enemies of a screen. Rain of Swords. So Rain of Swords is going to be our main trick for dealing with lots of loopers. It will deal a lot more damage than Ika's Lambda Burst. However, we need 2 turns to be able to use it. So it's worth mentioning that in a few levels time we should be able to use Lambda Burst on turn 1, because we currently have 7 spirit at the start of the fight. And once we get 8, we're allowed to just spam that move every single turn if we want to. Alright, let's just cut this through. Now let's continue using the Pyre boxes. It's probably quicker. We're just using the Pyre box with every character in case one of them goes before another character. Because we don't want the enemies to get a chance to attack.
This should work.
So the fights in this area tend to have a lot of enemies in them.
We did it!
So going full AoE here is definitely a good idea. But it's worth mentioning... Oh, we just got Sacres with Fina. That's useful. Every time we get out of a random battle, we end up falling backwards a bit, which is a little bit annoying. We also need to change our weapon colour in this fight. Since we no longer need Vise of a purple weapon since we're leaving the Fiery Lands. Oh, and this is a perfect opportunity to use Rain of Swords. So we're just going to guard until the next turn. Right, see, Drachma, I want you to go yellow. We're just going to let them attack, and then next turn we're going to use a Rain of Swords. No, don't counter-attack, I want to kill everything at once. Ah, never mind. Now, of course, the loopers run. So we want to get about 4 to 5 more Moonberries as soon as we can. Since from this point on I'm going to focus purely on Vise's super moves. because we want to get his final super move as soon as possible. Right, this guy's wasting his turn, luckily. Okay, and now we finally have a chance to use Rain of Swords. Everyone else just guard because you don't need to do anything. As you can see, Rain of Swords is massively powerful. And it can also kill Lupus, which Ica's super moves can't do.
Did it!
So I believe one of the discoveries is on this island here. Just need to get around that whirlwind. No, it's not that island, it must be this one. So through this sky rift we can see some icy lands. But sadly we can't go through the sky rift, so our engine just isn't powerful enough. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Oh well, it's Pyre time. Actually, for you, it's time for Cutlass Fury. And everyone else, it's Pyre time.
Let's try this.
I really hope that Vise goes before the last person who uses a Pyre box.
Let's try this.
Like, that box has already been destroyed. It's supposed to have 7 to 8 charges and we've only used them about 4 times. But like I said, it's just a random chance if it breaks or not. Let's just overkill this Looper. So considering we're using the same element as the Looper, that did a lot of damage.
That was easy.
At this point, Vise is just turning into an absolute beast, due to that Captain's Hat we gave him. It gave him 80 extra attack power. Now we learned Pyre, that's good. We're just going to keep learning Yellow until we get the Drilling debuff, and then we'll swap off that and go back to Purple. And we have found the Skyan enemy. A bizarre creature that lives its entire life attached to a rock, stretching its tentacles out and waiting for prey to float by. It releases a sweet fragrance to attract fish, but larger ones have been known to endanger small ships. Well, let's not get too near that one then, because our ship is quite small. So now that we've passed that Skyan enemy, there will be a discovery that's unique to the Legends version that patrols this area. There are actually some discoveries in this game that move, and they're always tricky to hunt down. Now, this is going to be a good opportunity to use Rain of Swords again, so everyone just guard. Now, don't run away, I want to murder you. Right, buffing your defense won't really help you, mate. Not against the Rain of Swords. Right, time for a Rain of Swords. Everyone else is guard. I just wish Vise was a little bit quicker so we could guarantee him a first turn. But you buffed yourself and then you liked it. Good job. So Rain of Swords is basically just going to be the win button when it comes to random battles with how much damage it's going to do. The only problem is we can't do it on the first turn due to the high spirit cost. Right, let's try and move forwards as quickly as possible. Right, now where is this discovery? Ooh, I just saw some fish. We're a bit too far away, we better not make that diversion. Yeah, the encounter rate here is quite ridiculous. No, there's only 2 enemies. Well, Cutlass Fury, the other one, but people... Oh no, there's 3 enemies, never mind.
Over there. Here goes.
Cutlass Fury is massively overkill, but you know, when you have the spirit, you may as well use it. There's no point not doing it. Yeah, I think it might just be quicker to spam Pyre boxes, even if there's only a few enemies. Right, Cutlass Fury. And end that fight.
We did it.
Right, now we need to look around for this discovery that patrols this area. There it is. Right, let's head straight for it before it passes us. No, we're getting stuck on an island. Right, we're gonna have to spam click once we get out of this fight. Right, time just for some Pyre boxes, I think. We really need to get this extra spirit point so we can start doing Lambda Burst.
Let's try this.
Here goes.
Ah, of course those 2 are blocking, just to waste more Pyre boxes.
Let's try this.
This should work.
And that box broke. Ah well, we're not really going to use them after we get out of South Ocean. It's not like it really matters. We're just using them until we can get Lambda Burst out. Which hopefully we can do now, for everyone's level 18. And we finally learned Drilling, so now we can debuff the enemy ships. And even though Drillnos will be better because it lasts for longer. You have found the Comma Stone. I almost flew past that because I forgot I was supposed to spam click. Legend has it that Comma Rock was once an island in South Ocean thousands of years ago. The winds ripped the island apart and slowly eroded it down over the years to the state that it's in today. Perhaps someday, Comma Rock will no longer exist. Yeah, I think we'll just stop learning yellow magic, because Drillnos lasts for 4 turns instead of the 2 turns of drilling for an airship boss battle. However, it does take a very long time to learn it. And to be honest, there's better things to learn, like purple magic spells for Fina. So we're just working our way over here to get the next discovery. But of course we're getting another fight first. Right, so now we start the battle with enough to do a Lambda Burst. So this is definitely going to speed things up.
Lambda burst.
So now those Pyre boxes are basically worthless because we can just do this every single fight now.
That was easy.
Though we will eventually fight things that have too much health for Lambda Burst, but at that point hopefully we'll have a better spell. You have found the Beak Rock. A natural rock formation sculptured by the constant wind currents of South Ocean. Many a sailor's story tells of a giant bird flying south or being attacked by a monstrous beak, but these are likely based on the sightings of this rock. And now we're starting to see leaves in the wind, so we're getting close to land. Let's just continue. It was only those 3 discoveries in this area. As I said, the encounter rate in South Ocean is ridiculously high, so let's just get out of here as soon as possible. We're just going to follow the leaves to the green lands. But first off, a spot of fishing. Come here, fishies. Well, I think we got in a fight with the fish. This is why we keep the harpoons on board, I think. Oh no, it's just loopers. So these loopers are green, so that tells us that we're getting very close to the green lands now. So then, let's just focus fire on the loopers. You two throw a Pyre box out to kill the other things. And Drachma try helping on the looper. It would be nice to actually kill one of these before they both run away.
Let's try this.
And we finally see a Turnum. A Turnum is an exceptionally deadly ability. It's basically a tourney where you have a chance to die, but it's guaranteed. So unless we have a way to protect ourselves against death, that will kill us 100% of the time. And even if we protect against death, it still deals a massive amount of damage in return. Hey, we actually did 1 damage to that looper. With that Pyre spell somehow. I guess we aren't invincible to magic, we just have an exceptionally high resistance.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
Are you sure, Fina? Are you sure about that? I hate to break it to you, I don't think Vi's made it. Well, let's get Vi's up. So let's just sack res him. We're out of this area soon, so we shouldn't have to worry about equipping those silver bracelets that protect us against death.
Ooh.
Hey, look! There are leaves blowing in the wind. Which means we're close to land. We finally made it across South Ocean. You have found the Ixa'taka. Ixa'taka. Most people on the world do not even know that a continent exists across from South Ocean. The discovery of this lush, rich continent with a long history has demonstrated the possibility that even more unknown, undiscovered lands may await. And we're gonna find all of them. I'm sure these leaves came from Ixa'taka. Under the light of a green moon, ever since ancient times, the lands of Ixa'taka have been covered in lush forests. The life-giving green moon has blessed these lands with fertility. Blessed lands, huh? Oh, not again, Ica. If that's true, I'm sure there are all kinds of delicious things to eat there. I can see it now, piles and piles of fruit and vegetables, of all different shapes, sizes, colours and tastes. I bet there was just as many carnivorous monsters roaming around the woods too, preying upon the unsuspecting fools who sit there stuffing their faces with fruit. Hey, you don't have to crush my hopes like that. If Ica was hungry enough, she'd probably eat the monsters too.
Hey!
Vise, look what you did. Now you got Fina doing it. Embracing her sassy self. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any harm.
Hey,
Get to your posts and get ready to drop anchor.
aye aye.
Aye aye, Captain. As soon as we see Ixa'taka, we'll look for a spot to land. Well, let's go. an airship battle. A Valyuan battleship. Well, let's do this. Now we finally have a chance to show off our torpedoes and magic cannon. Do you really think that an old ship like that will stand a chance against our magic cannon? You'll learn to fear Valuer. Well, we've got our own, mate. And we're going to use it on you. Right, so we're going to launch our light torpedo. You can see it can go 2 moves ahead, so we can make it land on this critical hit turn. So you just focus. What else do we want to do? If we use the 3-inch blaster, we will have some spirit left. So with Fina, let's use Crystallize and do some damage. And Drachma, you can do a 3-inch blaster into the next turn. I didn't do that much damage, sadly. But for 2 spirit points, it's still worth using. His Pyre did a bit more damage, sadly. We don't have our magic resist accessory equipped, so we're taking extra damage here. But he's still doing less damage to us than Beleza did, which is to be expected. But it is worth noting we defeated the Lynx, Beleza's ship, one of the flagships of the Armada, so this guy's not really going to stand a chance against us. So we shoot our torpedoes from the back. And we're going to make that the secondary cannon and our main cannon in the next turn all land on the same hit. We'll see how much damage that all deals. No. Thanks. Okay, the next turn we'll make sure to all hit. That sub-cannon did 0 damage. How is that even possible? Your ship's terrible. Well, it's time to throw in a heavy cannon. On the same turn, but we're going to have a torpedo and a secondary cannon. Let's just defend this next turn to be safe. And then we still need to have some energy for that harpoon cannon if he's not dead. So let's focus up a bit. No, with Fina, we will use a Sacres just to be safe. And Drachma, you can get our focus up. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, so if you can make a torpedo, secondary cannon, and main cannon all hit on a critical hit, you pretty much guarantee you're going to wreck their face. Sadly, I didn't expect it to do that much damage though. I didn't expect him to have such low health. Otherwise, he would have done extra attacks this turn. Oh well, at least we get to finish him with a harpoon cannon next turn. You know, as far as overkills go with a harpoon cannon, this probably tops them all since it's got no health whatsoever. And luckily most of the enemies in the game are too stupid to use healing. Well, time to overkill this guy. And if he's somehow not dead, then let's heavy cannon him. And let's throw on a bomb, why not? There we go. He should definitely be dead now. Oh, we're going to shoot it straight through his back. Right, well luckily it looks like he's heading towards that island down there, so they should all survive and get on their lifeboats. We don't have to worry about it. And we get a big bomb. Ooh, we're going to use that. Right, so let's head over to the lands of Ixa'taka. So just like with the lands of Nazir, we're going to start off by looking for all the discoveries first. As well as fighting over local life. So now we're fighting burbs. Okay, everyone focus on the looper and you just lambda burst all the burbs. Alright, I should remember to change the colour of Drachma's weapon. I'll check which characters have learnt drilling and whether that's enough. Because it would be amazing to learn Dronos, but at the same time, for the time being, having it affect the enemy ship for 2 rounds is more than enough. Because Increm and Drillin will affect us or the enemy for 2 rounds, and Incremus and Dronos will affect us for 4 rounds in ship battles. So that's why we want the better versions of them. Right, so Drachma, you swap to blue. Let's continue trying to learn quicker while we're here. Well, let's give this place a proper greeting. It's our first time here, so let's kill one of their loopers with a Cutlass Fury. We like to leave our mark. So I think once we get closer to land, then we'll actually get to see the forest underneath us when we get in a battle. So we can see the green moon rising above us there. It's a bit hard to see with that camera. Oh, there we go. So here is the town that we need to go to. However, we're not going there yet. We'll do that in the next part. This part is all about getting discoveries. Like this one, the Garpa fruits. A vined plant that hangs from the bottom of the continent. Its stem contains a powerful hallucinogen, and it's been used for medicinal and religious purposes throughout the ages. It is also commonly used in local delicacies. Okay, let's continue exploring. See, I believe the next one is around here somewhere. And let's see if we fight anyone new this time. There's quite a few types of enemies around here. Yep, we're fighting plant guys. Well, let's try a lambda burst and see if we can kill him with it. And if not, everyone, attack your own target.
Yeah.
So the problem with enemies like this is it's hard to tell if you get a preemptive strike or not. Since we don't have a face. Yeah, I don't think a lambda burst is going to kill him. We'll give it a try anyway. But it seems like they have a little bit too much health. Yeah, they need an extra hit from everyone.
Over there.
Don't slap me with your leaves, you jerk.
Here goes.
No, everyone just pile on him. So I believe there's about 6 or 7 discoveries we can get while we're here. So we're just going to fully explore the land, find them all, find all the locations, and then we'll head over. And we finally learnt quicker. We just want to get this on a few more characters. We could have learnt it a lot earlier if we actually bothered to, but I kept putting it off. You have found the Ixa'taka Palace. This stone palace was once the site of ceremonies based on the ancient lunar calendar. Built during the reign of the Moon Kings, this place flourished as the centre of Ixa'takan civilization for ages, but was destroyed several years ago by the Valuans. Okay, so the Virans have been here for a few years, apparently. Oh, hey. Someone's treehouse. Did you people come from the east? When I have nothing to talk to you about, go back to where you came from. I'm not going back through South Ocean, mate. You have found the Golden Man. The golden statue that stands quietly as if pointing something out. It is thought to have been placed here to protect the sacred land. Male statues are often found in temples and other buildings, while female statues are found near holy lakes and trees. What's this? There's something set into the statue's eye socket. You found the Golden Man's eye. Hey, no one will notice if this is missing, right? And besides, we're air pirates. Can you really blame us for taking a little bit of treasure? Ooh. Oh! I know what you are. Get here right now. You're a discovery that was very hard to find. You have found the Wings of Gold. That was absolutely lucky. That was pure luck and no skill finding this. A small machine with... a small machine with giant golden wings was recently discovered near the ancient city. Perhaps the people of the ancient world wished to be able to fly like the birds and the fish, so they created this flying machine so they could join them in flight. Oh, it's good to get that one out of the way, because that is very difficult to find. So this is the Iron Net. I've heard rumours about it. I heard that the Virans built this to prevent people from coming here from North Ocean. I guess they didn't want anyone to find out about this new land. I hate to say this, but I don't think we're going to be able to break through that thing. We should turn back. Yep, not even the harpoon cannon probably, it'll just go through the holes. Right, so that's how the Virans got here, because obviously they didn't come via the South Ocean way. They weren't idiots like us. Well, this is probably the most obvious discovery in the game. You have found the Great Bird. The wings and tail of the Great Bird are said to indicate the equinoxes of the ancient Ixa'taka, the lunar calendar, I think that's how it's said. Figures of other animals once dotted the plain, but they have been swallowed by the expanding forest, leaving only the bird. Hey Ica, do you see something glittering on the ground, right where the eye of that bird would be? Hey, you're right. Let me go down and see what it is. Hey Vise, I found something. There was a gem stuck in the ground. I'm sure we won't miss this little itty-bitty gem, would they? You found the Great Bird's eye. Besides, who knows when a nice little gem like this will come in handy. Right, so we have now found two things that seem to be pointing somewhere. So let's follow them. So this one is pointing this way. And the other one is pointing... Where are you? So it seems to be behind this pillar. Let's see what it's pointing at. Now I don't know if we're actually allowed to find this yet or not, so it might actually not be here. But you know, we like trying to sequence break the game, so we're going to look for it anyway. Because we found the Temple of Pyron before we were supposed to be able to. Right, this is one big plant. Right, let's focus fire on this while Ica deals with the rest. Go, Keeple. Well, at least you tried, Fina. It's got a lot of health.
Fire consume my enemy! Slammed it first!
Right, so this will kill all the little birds, and then we can focus on the big guy. Yeah, that thing easily has over 1,000 health. Hey, nice dodge, Drachma. Oh, we don't need to cut this Fury, but we're going to cut this Fury. Let's just hack this plant to pieces. Yeah, it was pretty funny vibes. As well as very mean-spirited. Hey, Drachma learned Curia. Yeah, he takes a very long time to learn magic. So, oh, wait. What's happening? So is it around? Hey, we're getting stuck quite a lot. Is this getting stuck on an invisible wall? Or is that the place we're trying to find? I think that's the place we're trying to find. Yeah, I think it's just not here. Never mind. Oh well, we tried to find it, but I can't find it. So either I'm just terrible at actually locating it, or more than likely it's just not spawned yet, because we're not supposed to be able to find it yet. Okay, then let's continue with the game. And by continuing with the game, I mean looking for more discoveries, not actually going to continue the story, of course. Oh, time for a lambda burst.
Fire consume my enemy! Lambda burst!
So then, there's still a couple of discoveries left. So we're going to go and look for them.
Is it over already?
Oh, we got another moonberry. Excellent. I think we have enough moonberries to teach Vise his next move. We do. I picked up another one from another random battle that I cut out while I was trying to find the area of that discovery. Vise summons the spirit of an ancient air pirate to defend and counterattack for his crew. Skull Shield. That's going to be a very useful move, unlike Counter-Strike. Because Counter-Strike was a very underwhelming move, sadly, because it only affected Vise. This one affects everyone. You have found the Tortilla Pole. It is a wooden pole with the faces of people and various animals engraved into its length. The upper and lower portions were lost years ago, so nobody knows what its true purpose was. A monument, a grave, or perhaps a store sign. Probably a store sign. Or maybe it was pointing towards these enemies. Oh, just a few more loopers. Oh, let's continue trying to kill the loopers while Ica just lambda burst the others. I think that was the one we were all attacking, so hopefully... Oh, never mind, they're dead anyway from the lambda burst. I was just hoping that it didn't go to waste with everyone attacking for birds instead. Hey, nice one, Fiend. You actually killed the looper. Sorry to sound shocked, I just didn't expect it from you. Then again, she might still be wearing that robe that gives her extra hit chance. And we learned Ryzan finally. So we need to get a good chance to use Skull Shield at some point. When we have lots of enemies, we might use it. You have found the Exynos Village. A tribe of women that live on a small island in Ixa'taka. They are skilled and fearsome warriors. They raid nearby villages twice a year to kidnap men. The numbers of men in nearby tribes have been reduced to almost nothing. So I believe that's all the discoveries in this area now. So now let's just search the location for other areas and see if we're allowed to access them yet. This looks like the Viren headquarters here in these parts. Who knows what will happen if we just go wandering around in there. We shouldn't get too close, boy. I was hoping that one of the guards inside just told us to get lost. So this is a stone reef. However, this one's made out of ice, so we're going to see if we can get through it or not. Right, let's work on the plant guys so that Ica can kill the rest. Fire consume our enemies. Quick Slap Fina. It was only 34 damage. And let's just wail on this guy.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
So the problem with Skull Shield at the moment is that we kind of want to use all of our spirit points on Aika's Lambda Burst. Hey, we learned Increm. Nice. Anyway, let's try and get through this reef. Yep, no chance. So the Harpoon Cannon isn't able to pierce that ice, sadly. So we can't go that direction. Okay, let's make our way back to the town. So there's going to be a ship that flies around here, and we need to interact with it before we finish this part. Because we made loads of discoveries, and we need to cash that stuff in. You just attack them. And Lambda Burst the other birds, and continue to attack the Lupo. At least we're getting a lot of levels by flying around looking for all of these discoveries. And the moonberries, don't forget them. Lots of levels and moonberries from doing all this. It might be a bit tedious, but it is very rewarding. Hey, a back attack, nice. Well, let's just work up for a rain of swords, I guess. Everyone else just guard. It always feels good to be able to get one of them out. So much more satisfying than a Lambda Burst. Everyone's level 19, so we've all caught up with each other now. That's good. Right, Aika's learned quicker. So that might be enough, to be honest. We might be able to take off the Blue Moonstone now. Right, so here's the ship we wanted. Shh, hey kid, I got some value in arms here. I also buy and sell discovery information. I've got everything you need. Well, first off, let's sell our discovery information. To the Dark Guild. Good name. Beak Rock. Sky Anemone. Ixa'taka. Garpa Fruits. The Great Bird. The Golden Man. The Ixa'takan Palace. The Ixa'takan Village. The Commerstone. The Turbulent Pole. And finally, the Wings of Gold. 40,000 gold. That's a good amount right there. See, is there any more information we could actually buy ourselves? Nope. So similar to last time, we'll check through what the hints are for these things. Somewhere in South Ocean, there's an island that never moves in the wind. That's Beak Rock, Sky Anemone. It lives in South Ocean. There's all kinds of creatures out there, eh? Ixa'taka. You know, you're still the only one who's ever got into the new continent via South Ocean. Yeah, no one else is going to make that stupid journey. We're the only ones reckless enough to do it. Garpa Fruits. I hear that Ixa'takans usually settle on islands where these fruits grow. The Great Bird. It's on the plains near the large lake in Ixa'taka, with a waterfall feeding into it. The Golden Man. It's right next to King Ixa'taka's hideout. They say it points to the lost city of Rickus. Well, thanks for the spoilers, Guild. Jeez. Ixa'takan Palace. You can find it on a large island north of where the Ixa'takans live. The Exynos Village. Look for an island to the north of the Moonstone Mountain in Ixa'taka. Star Sand. Oh yeah, I've already found that. Okay, Comma Stone. There's a rumour that it's floating around somewhere in South Ocean. The Turtlepole. Rumour has it that it's located somewhere on an island west of Ixa'taka in Ixa'taka. And finally, the Wings of Gold. Well, if it's gold, then it's probably from Ixa'taka. Check the northern skies there. And finally, let's check the wanted list. There's 2 new people on here. Gordo the Round, a pirate who will do anything for good food, worth 4,000 gold. An air pirate that only attacks ships carrying food cargo in the North Ocean area. He has taken a liking to the spice trade between Valua and Ixa'taka. Learning from his chefs, he uses fire to not only cook his meals, but his opponents as well. And now we also have the Exynos Demons, female triplets who attack ships carrying men, 8,000 gold. The target only ship, sorry, it should say they target only ships that have handsome men as crew members, knowing that some men who have been left behind in raids have been psychologically traumatized. They are fierce in battle, as each covers the weakness of the others. Be careful. So we'll be seeing these 2 later. Right, he told us that he also sells ship parts straight from Valua. Let's see what he has. The G-type cannon. Cannons used on Armada ships when they defeated Ixa'taka. Slightly outdated, but very powerful. Well, it is an upgrade, so let's have it. The 5-inch cannon, a secondary cannon for the Little Jack, more powerful than the 3-inch. The problem here is it also costs 1 more spirit point. But it is a good cannon, so to be honest, we're going to buy it and put it on the 2nd slot. So farewell, main cannon of the Little Jack. It's been a good time. And shock torpedo. Slightly lower hit chance, but a lot more damage. A torpedo equipable by the Little Jack. After launch, it charges its target from above. Right, a Prion figure. Crafted after a mystical red bird and decorated with red feathers, increases magic defense. Right, that's superior to the rogue figure we had. The blow-up kit, a kit that increases the engine size for quicker power and exhaust, increasing the ship's quick. Think I need a break from talking. And finally, a floor heater. Ooh. Takes advantage of engine heat to keep living quarters nice and comfortable. Yeah, we could do with that. We don't need magic defense. We need a nice ship. That's what's important. Right, gear crease. So this gives us even more spirit than focusing. And concussion bomb is extra damage, and deluxe kits will heal a lot of health. We're going to buy a good chunk of deluxe kits. For one specific reason. I doubt we need more than 60. How much would 99 cost? Quite a bit of money. You know, I think 50 is more than enough to do what I was planning to do. It costs a lot of money, but there's going to be a reason why we're doing this. Well, see you later, mate. You've heard of Domingo, right? He's one of the greatest explorers of our time. If you're hunting for treasure in this area, good luck. It's not easy finding anything that Domingo hasn't already discovered. Well, you say that, but we found them all. Oh, there's the golden bird again. So that was our 2nd chance to grab it. Right, so now we're just going to make our way back to the town, and then we'll end the part there. It looks like a back attack. Is that a back attack? It's a little difficult to tell. I think it is. It is. Excellent. Then time for a rain of swords. I'll take any excuse to do a rain of swords. You can increase your speed all you like. It's not going to help you to evade Visor's attack. No, don't counter-attack. Okay, good, it's not dead. It's always such a satisfying move to use.
finish them off.
So we're going to use all this chunk of money we just got to buy all the stuff once we get to town as well. It's a bit of a shame wasting all of that money on the deluxe kits, but you'll see why I'm doing it in a bit. So here is Ixa'taka. So in the next part we're going to dock here and meet the locals and find out how stuff's done in Ixa'taka. See you next time.